Hey everyone, Dwayne here with Bronco Wild Outdoors, and today I'm joined by the boss herself. This is my lovely wife, Becky.
Hi.
So Gavin is somewhere else right now in the house. He'll come running in a minute, I'm
I'm
sure.
sure.
So, all right. So the title of today's video, we're just going to do a little chit chat and introduce you to the Bronco Wild Outdoors family here. If you've already subscribed, thank you very much. We appreciate it. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and maybe like this stream. Check out some of the other videos and like those because guess what? That helps YouTube spread the word. And we're trying to spread the word, aren't we?
Spread the word, please.
Try to do a little family thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the idea here is for us to do some cool stuff, get outside of the house, get away from work for a bit, do fun stuff outside. And the vehicle that I'm trying to do that with is a Badlands Bronco, 2021 Ford Bronco. However, as a lot of you, we're waiting and waiting and waiting. So guess what? We do have another option, and that is her car. That is her Range Rover Sport. So the question is, and I want some input on this. So you're watching this now, if you're checking in now, a little bit later, uh, where should I take her Range Rover off-roading? Should I take it in the mud or go easy on it on the beach? Or
Easy.
what are we going to do with it? Can
I
we,
don't know.
can we, I guess, can we jump stuff with it? Can we go rock crawling?
It has many gears as far as terrain.
So the horsepower, what's the horsepower now? You probably, maybe we're
Uh,
5 or 10 off, but isn't it like 515?
I thought it was 510, 515.
So Becky has a 500 plus horsepower Range Rover supercharged sport, and it's pretty awesome. The idea though is we're waiting on our Bronco, which if you, I mean, you've seen all the videos, you've seen other people posting stuff. If you've seen my channel, you've seen that I've actually been able to, at Bronco Off Rodeo, Texas, been able to do some pretty cool stuff with them there. You know, rock crawling, going through, washes, a little bit of mud there. It was not a lot.
My
lot
car
of,
will go through water.
well, it'll go through. Tell them your story. Coming back
So,
from the barn.
okay. So I have or had a horse. I am horseless as of the moment, looking for another one, but I ride weekly.
I'm waiting for a horse too, but it's a Bronco. But,
I know.
oh,
Mine's
all right.
4-legged, his is 4 wheels. But anyways, mine can go in even rockier terrain, but we won't go there. However, I was coming home from the barn one night and we had horrible weather, torrential downpours, flash flooding, and being on backcountry roads, the roads were all washed out.
Right.
The beautiful thing about the Range Rover is you just slow down and you hit the little button and your car raises up.
Yep. Good.
So you can get through the deep water.
Good air suspension.
Yeah.
Except for when it
It's
breaks.
pretty awesome. Yes. And that's what I'm trying to avoid.
Hey, you knock on wood somewhere.
I know.
Yeah. And,
Thank you, Gavin.
and Gavin just showed up here, by the way. So he's in the house. So, on the Range Rover right now, our ability to go off-roading consists of an F-250, FX4, which I hardly bring it to myself to put it in the mud. I know it's a pavement princess, but
it is. That's what we've named it.
yeah, I just, I mean, sorry. Hey, but I use it for towing, don't I?
Yeah, it tows like a beast.
It's a beast.
It can tow a trailer, horse trailer.
It is a beast.
With big horses.
So
it's got torque.
Yeah, so I don't want to bury that in the mud. Another thing too is even taking it to the beach. I can take it on the beach if I wanted to, but it's a really heavy vehicle. I mean, the truck's heavy. The engine by itself is a tremendous. I don't know how much it weighs, but it's a lot. It's a Power Stroke diesel. But the idea is, should we take your Range Rover to the Outer Banks down the beach? Sand can work on a vehicle. Yours is a little more expensive to fix.
Yeah, that's the one hesitation I have. So we bought the Rover.
But it's a mall crawler. We joke and call them Jeeps, some Jeeps mall crawlers, and some of the Broncos, that are being sold are going to be mall crawlers. Isn't that what it is? But it's a fast one. You can get to the mall in a hurry.
No, it's not, because I can assure you, embarrassingly enough, if you looked on the inside of my car right now, you would see that it is not a mall crawler. Yeah. I have WeatherTech floor mats, and they're dirty.
And horse stuff.
Mud and stuff's cake. But that was the one deal.
I don't mean that horse stuff. I mean saddles and boots.
Well, the gear.
I'm not talking about the business. I'm saying from the barn.
Get the stuff off your shoe.
Yeah. No,
But my thing is, I'm not going to have a car that I have to tiptoe around
right.
and treat with kitten gloves. I've got to use it. We have 3 kids. I'm on the go and I do stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna use it.
We're at the barn. We're at the soccer field with cleats caked with stuff. But that's why we have WeatherTech floor mats.
Well, yeah, but here's what I want to know. I'm itching to go off-roading.
Yeah, see what it can do.
So is it going to be the mud or the sand? Will you pick?
Oh, well, you can
What
wash
hurts?
mud off a little easier because
What?
my one hesitation, not that I'm scared that it's not going to perform,
Yeah.
I just don't want to break anything and have to pay to fix it.
Well, all right. So here's also the little Bronco news. We have we reserved 2 Broncos. I've turned one into an order, which is our Badlands coming. The Wild Track is a priority code 99. That's technically going to be Becky's vehicle because it's going to have, leather and carpet and stuff like that. But should we switch over to the Badlands for you, or? I mean, you have the luxury of the Range Rover. Do you need the luxury of the Bronco or the
No.
usability?
I'd say the usability.
Marine grade washout floors. And there again, when you think marine grade and washout floors, it's not like a boat where you just hose it down and let it, air dry, because it's still going to get a little funky if you don't dry it in a hurry. But if it gets muddy, easily clean it.
Yeah. I would go for the usability over the creature comforts because you have other vehicles that have all of those. So you don't necessarily need 2 of them.
Do you need the sway bar disconnect? So if you don't, then we're looking at saving a little bit of money. And maybe what about if we took a base, ordered Sasquatch 2.7, and then you could do all sorts of stuff with it? Mm-hmm. I mean, that might be an option. I mean, there's some stuff you can't get with that, but you don't need the stabilizer disconnect.
No.
Or sway bar disconnect, sorry. So that saves a few bucks on that one. So if we don't want the luxury of the Wild Track, maybe we do a base, and then that feels good about modifying it and fixing it, doing whatever you want to do to it. If we want to add different wheels, you just order it with the little basic steelies that come on it. And then, well, you can't get steelies with Sasquatch because the 35-inch tire, so never mind that. But you could sell them on, wherever.
My only requirement for a Bronco for myself would be that I can jump railroad tracks and other things.
And she said it live here on YouTube, Facebook.
Sorry,
Gavin's giving us
girls just want to have fun.
Gavin's giving us a thumbs up. She's crazy. She is. And I can tell you've never done a live stream. When you bang on this table like that, it just sounds loud. I'm just
sorry.
Thumbs up. There's Gavin's thumbs up. What's up, buddy? Come over here real quick and say hello. We're just kind of hanging out with everybody, doing this kind of random
Friday Night Live.
So
hello.
This is my normal co-host here. Gavin. If you've watched the channel before, you've seen Gavin. Mm-hmm. So are you having fun? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, maybe, almost. All right. Well, maybe I'll get you over here in a few minutes. Okay. I want to hang out. All right. Okay. Just keep giving us the thumbs up over there. So anyway, Bronco Wild Outdoors is about. It's a channel that obviously will change and morph into what the ultimate goal is, and that is to, Gavin, that is to go camping, fishing, off-roading, just getting outdoors, right? And taking our 4-wheelers, actually using them, which I hope to be able to do here in a few weeks up in the mountains, and just getting out of this stuff. We don't say the word, by the way, on here. I'll tell you later. But just the last year we've been through and all the chaos, time spent outside is just, it's peaceful. If I'm stressed out, the stress easily goes away with a walk down the beach or walking down some trails in the woods. I just love it. Animals, we were joking earlier, the outdoors, there's always something that wants to eat you. But it's still the best place to be, right? I mean, it's fun. Camping with bears, that kind of fun. That's kind of real fun.
Camping with bears.
Above bears. Becky, the only camping that you're going to do, and I always joke with you on here, and I know is glamping.
Yeah, honestly.
If a
I'm
tent
not a big
had
camper.
AC, running water, and a big screen TV, she would
I'll
go
be
camping
there.
with us. So it sounds like we're going to one of these little glamping campsites, like a cabin.
Yeah.
But the cabins are cool because you get out of the, I guess you're out of the elements. I mean, part of camping with a tent is you're there, you're experiencing things, you're out in the wild, right? And if it rains, oh well, it rains.
That's
But
roughing it though.
I mean,
And
maybe,
some people love that.
yeah.
Go for it.
Roughing it to me anymore is work. So, getting the Bronco what does it mean to, like, you can do it in any vehicle. We could go buy a Jeep today. We could buy any number of vehicles. I mean, you could get a 4Runner. You can get, I mean, just go through the list of vehicles that we could go. I'm a Ford guy, and even though we have a Range Rover, the excuse there is Ford did own a Range Rover one time. I think actually your Range Rover still has some parts on there that say Fomoco.
We saw that.
Yeah, you can pop the hood, and
Yeah.
every once in a while, maybe it's a belt or a hose. I think stuff they had left over. But the idea is I wanted to do more outdoors, and I just had one excuse after another. And the main thing, well, I really don't like the vehicles that I want, pick whatever. That was my excuse. I'm living with it. But with the Bronco coming out, hey, it's like, what's the excuse now? But as my kids get older, I realize time spent with them is huge. That you'll never get this time back. And so I'd much rather spend it with them outdoors, enjoying stuff and seeing new, traveling and short trips and things like that, and going to hang out to the beach. And when I say at the beach, not at the public access part of the beach, but where off-road. I mean, anyone in the public can go, but there's just less people there. Mm-hmm. And so we live near the Outer Banks, like I said before, an hour and 45 minutes if I drive, an hour and 30 if Becky drives. So you can get us there a little bit of hurry. But anyway, so going to
out this sound like a lead foot. I'm not that fast. I respect the limit.
Sure you do.
I do.
Yeah, we'll live with that. And but going to the Outer Banks is cool. And for us, it's not that far. It's not that bad of a trip. So I just think we need to go bury the Range Rover in sand and get plenty of video. And then it could be.
I'm all for fun, but
I don't want to tear it up though, because it is expensive. Like anything about that vehicle is expensive.
Unfortunately, that's
including
the one drawback.
The gas.
I would promote it all day long, or I do. If anyone ever asks me how I like it, I love it.
Yeah.
However, it is a little pricier to maintain.
You get the off-road ability, and they do. I mean, they make them. Look at the new Defenders. And what do you think about the Defender?
I love the Defender.
You like that?
I do.
Are you ready to get one?
No, but I love my
You're getting the Bronco.
I love my Stella.
By the way, why do we name vehicles?
I don't know.
Like, what's the draw?
It's just a thing.
I mean, you guys call my truck a horrible name.
What is it?
Bubba. My F-250. No, I didn't. No. You guys named.
Sorry, now you're going to experience the Cotton family banter.
So then, Stella over here. What was the other Range Rover we had? Maggie Moo, black and white.
Yeah.
Just like the cat. It was like a moo cow. What do they call those, by the way? The black and white moo cows?
I
don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of it right now, but
there's a Yakima cow.
No.
Yeah,
there's a specific
if you've seen one of my live streams in the past, we were crashed one night when I was telling someone this week we were crashed when my black and white cat just strolled right across. I'm like, okay, we weren't here live doing our thing, So
she owns the place. We just live here.
But Bronco Wild Outdoors, one of the things I really want to get into is expanding a little bit more into our content, and we're going to do that Sunday if the weather people are correct and the rain goes away tomorrow night. We're supposed to get a lot of rain tomorrow, like flash floods and stuff.
Yeah, Sunday's not looking too hot either right now.
Are you serious?
Well, 48% chance, I think.
Lord. So anyway, one of these days, let's say this, one of these days, we're going to wash my truck and her Range Rover. And I figure, what the heck, we'll do a video after that and kind of show you the other stuff we drive. Like, what do you drive while you're waiting on your Bronco? So anyway, I would love to hear if you've received a Bronco. By chance, if you're watching this right now, if you've received your new 2021 Bronco, even a Bronco Sport, let me know. I don't care which trim it is. Just what do you like about it? What don't you like about it? What are some of the things that are sort of the quirks, maybe?
Pros and cons.
Pros and
What do
cons.
you
Go.
love?
I mean, I will tell you this. So I always love when I go through this order. I've had to remember it in a certain way so I don't forget something. So let's pick the Badlands. 4-door, 2.7, of course, 10-speed auto, MIC, marine grade, tow package, Lux, Area 51. What else, Gavin? Did I cover it all?
Did you cover the marine grade?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that.
So that's pretty much my order. But the more I see about tops and the issue with tops, and I see a lot of Broncos sitting on lots, Ford facility lots, holding lots that are built. And I've seen soft tops mixed in there, but I think there's some hard tops in there. And I guess maybe QC on the hard tops and maybe adjusting something or possibly replacing the tops. And I wonder if it's to my benefit to go to a soft top right now.
Well, and here's the thing.
If the rumor mill is correct, maybe Ford is switching over to whoever's going to build the hardtops in the future. I don't know. Are they sticking with the same company? I have no idea. I really don't know. I haven't seen anything, but the idea is someone else comes out with a better top. Should I wait and just buy that outright from the dealer in a couple of years?
Yeah.
I mean, what would you do?
But here's the thing about the soft top. Okay, so we've had a convertible before. I mean, when we drove the Badlands recently, the road noise, I mean, there was some, but it wasn't unbearable. It reminded me of my convertible. And I just don't think that you're going to lose that much functionality. You're still going to have all the bells and whistles. You might not have, what was it, some of the wiring that you were telling me about that's in the actual hardtop.
Right. Well, after September 23rd, apparently the wiring's going to be there for the tops.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man.
Oh, and by the way, it was a big bin.
Right. So.
Oh, what did I say? Badlands.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
excuse
No,
me. I'm
bin.
not Bronco fluent like they are. However, in my just little 2 cents, you're buying this not as you can use it as an everyday driver, but you're buying it to do fun stuff off road. You're not buying it for the plush hardtop. In my world, I'd rather be able to peel that soft top off a lot easier and not worry about where I'm going to put it. If I walk outside
and you just decide
I'm at a client or wherever I am at the barn, and I'm leaving, I'm like, you know what? Today's a nice day. I'm going to take the top off.
Yeah, well, you can either.
It's so much easier.
Yeah, and you can fold it all the way back.
Yeah.
We have someone that's just commented. Okay, so just got the soft top. So hers is in production now and ordered the soft top. So here's the idea with me. So there was really two things, and maybe they're just bouncing around in my head and they make sense to me. Security, right? Soft top less secure than a hard top.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's ways around that. I mean, someone could still, slice through it and reach in, but there's different cargo boxes that you can install in the back. So anything that you want, which is bolted to the Bronco with locks on it. So they can't get in that, right? Or, it'd be hard, making a lot of noise to it. The other thing is, when you take the top off the hard top, we talked about, we're going to have a hard top, whether we switch our order to a soft top now and buy a hard top in the future. Either way, we're going to have the dual tops. But the idea is, like you were saying, you can lower the top, and that's it. Starts to rain, put it back up. It takes just a couple minutes at that.
Yeah, because what if you do have a hard top? I'm playing devil's advocate here. Yeah. Sorry, I'm an accountant, so I always look at things from another perspective. The more conservative.
Worst case scenario.
Yeah, worst case scenario. But here's the thing.
Typical bean counter.
I know. I'm sorry. Anyways, if you're out and about and you have the top off and all of a sudden it starts to rain, well, guess what? You can easily pull over or stop or whatever and put it back on. If you've got that hard top at home, and you don't feel like getting wet, even though you have the marine grade vinyl and everything, it's not going to ruin the car. But I don't know about you, but I'm not real crazy about driving in the rain.
Gotcha.
So
Well, hey, Miss
I
Martinez,
prefer.
when your Bronco, when is it scheduled? Well, when did it go into production? I know they don't give you a play-by-play. When did it go into production, if you don't mind me asking? I'm just curious when you got the email because, I'm a first day, and look, let me go ahead and set the tone. I'm not whining about it. I get it. It doesn't really matter right now because there's so many variables with the new Bronco, with the top especially, and other commodity issues. But I'm a first day reservation holder. Um, for let's see, for the Badlands, and it was technically after midnight for the Wild Track. So I guess they're counting that as the 14th. So it was July 13th, 2000. 2000? And so
2020,
what did I say?
2000. You're reeling it back.
I'm reeling it back way, way back before Ford even knew. Anyway, 2020. And so I haven't heard a peep, and I get it. And so I have everything on that on the most wanted list, right? So I think if I wheel back, if I take tow package off, that's easy to get
Oh
locally.
yeah, you can go anywhere and get that.
I just wanted the idea that it came on the Bronco, it was done,
And
it
you
was,
don't have to do it.
and it was under warranty, and I don't have to
Yep.
pay anybody to mess around with it. Um, I can easily do that here, so that's no big deal. The other thing is, what are we going to tow with it? It's not anything right now. I mean, it would be one or two four wheelers. I mean, max towing's 3,500, right? So the trailer. If we get a big enough flatbed trailer, we can haul all of our gear on it. But we have a big enclosed trailer that'll haul the Bronco, so that's what the 250 is for. So that trailer's not going to work. So do we want another trailer to haul the four wheelers with the Bronco? It's like one more thing you have to do. So the hitch right now, I don't need the hitch. The top though is, if I wait for the hardtop, am I truly going to be happy with the quality of the hardtop?
Right, because there's a little question about.
Yeah, but you were talking about earlier, September 23rd. I guess every Bronco that goes into production will have the hard wiring for the top, and not just the wiring, supposedly the switch. So I ordered in March. I got my email
That's
2 weeks
awesome.
ago. Wow, good for you. Good for you. That is actually awesome. What trim did you get? I'm just curious. Trim and sort of some of the features about it. By the way, the noise that I think we need to do a decibel count. I mean, we need to drive around a few of these Broncos, and we hear, what's loud, right? To one person, it's a little bit of noise, and someone else, it has to be a lot. So I think we need to sort of do like a baseline for, what the hard top versus soft top. Also, something that we didn't know when we test drove the Big Bend, apparently, and this is what I'm hearing, that the grills possibly, the Big Bend grill maybe makes a little bit more wind noise than, say, the Badlands.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, so I've been hearing some, I think it was on Bronco 6G, I think it was. I've read that. And, there again, I'm assuming it's accurate, but that's interesting. So it wasn't too loud for us. I mean,
I mean,
it was like you had a Mustang convertible that.
Yeah. Now, okay, so the Mustang is obviously built differently.
Yeah.
And it's a smoother ride. But so even though it's a convertible, it's not really comparing apples to apples. It's apples and oranges to me.
Right, apples and oranges. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
What some trim levels have more insulation,
okay.
sound deadening, doors, hood, things like that. So that's part of it as well. So if you have that insulation in the doors underneath the hood, it's going to muffle the sound a little bit.
But here's the thing. You're expecting an all-terrain vehicle, something that you could go out and just do whatever you want, wherever you want. And my expectations wouldn't be a super quiet vehicle.
Well, and also, when we were in Bronco off rodeo, which, by the way, I'm going to show this little clip here while we're talking. Sorry, it's going to cover you up. You're okay with that?
I'm good. Go ahead.
Watch this here. This was in Texas when I went to Bronco off rodeo some time ago, and I'm just walking by some of the Broncos that are there. You'll see the different trim levels: soft top, hard top. There's a hard top right there. Look at that. Different, bass, Badlands, 2.7, 2.3s. There was a really good mix of vehicles there. This facility, by the way, if you ever want to go check this place out, it was really, really cool. Bronco Off Rodeo is a great, it's a great thing, period. Now, I want to go. I tried signing up. I didn't tell you. I
For
tried.
which one?
I tried signing up for
The New Hampshire?
New Hampshire. New Hampshire.
Trying to
However,
sneak away again.
yeah. However, it's not here. Let's do this one more
When
time.
is that?
It's not reservations not open for non-Bronco owners or people who have
Already been.
So
Gotcha.
as soon as that opens, I'm probably going to head up to New Hampshire and do that one too. It's like Gunstock Mountain, I think it is. So it's pretty cool. Bronco Off Rodeo Texas. What I was going to tell you about it was as we got to go, there was a lot of rocks, right? Everywhere you went, there was rocks. So we were in the wash. We were going up, the hills and everything else. Hey, brother, come here. Look at this. You didn't get to
cat
go.
is in the lending closet.
All right, well, hang out.
Sorry.
Here we go. We're getting ready to get interrupted by the cat again.
Well, she's in the lending
Cat
closet.
mom.
How did you get her?
So welcome to live, by the
And
way.
notice the dogs are downstairs minding their own business.
The cat rules the house. Like she tells us what room we can go in.
Oh, boy.
But anyway, so the idea here is Bronco Off Rodeo got to really test the vehicle and the hero switches, the functions, the modes, the different goat modes, and also you get comfortable with. Guess what? When you hit big rocks, you're going to hear some noises, right? And so you go banging around. Hey, why don't you come over here and join us for a minute?
She's also in the back.
Okay, come here, buddy. Come here, because we are
Okay.
live. You know what I mean?
It's
Say
a
hi
lot.
to everyone.
Sorry.
Say hello.
Hello.
Sorry,
Anyway.
Adam's having a
He's having a
wild
field
hair
day.
A wild hair
Yeah,
day.
what's up with that,
I
man?
know, and the cat's in the
She's-
back.
she's a little-
lending closet.
So anyway,
Sorry.
when you go off roading in the Bronco, you're going to hear some noises. I'm sorry, and if you listen to some of the videos, you'll hear it. You'll actually hear some noise in the back, and that's because, like in Townsend, Tennessee, I don't know how fast we were going, but we were going pretty fast.
Well,
If you
and the terrain is
one of
bumpy.
our videos here is a base Bronco, yeah, but you're going
So
to
what do you
hear, you're
expect?
going off road.
Yeah.
So maybe when you're driving down a newly paved blacktop road, you don't want to hear a bunch of noise. I get it. So, but there again, what is it? It's the usability of it. It's a cool feature. So anyway, the Ford Bronco is a beast. The Range Rover, we also love it. It's a beast. It's a hot rod too. It's a combination between off-road capable and a race car,
Yeah.
which you found that out. But the Bronco for us is going to be that cool addition to what we drive. We have a Ford Explorer. We have 3 Mustangs. It sounds bad whenever you're saying it out loud, right? F-250, Range Rover. We just have a lot of vehicles. A couple of the Mustangs are vintage, so it's not like, they're sitting.
They sit.
Yeah, they sit.
Take up space.
Well, I like them though.
I
So-
know you do, but they take up space.
Anyway, so yeah, well, actually here,
There's one of 'em.
That's one of the Mustangs right there. So I actually wrote a book a few years ago, business related, but anyway, it's the 66 Mustang was part of that story. And so think about the Bronco. How does the Bronco, how does the Bronco fit like into your future plans for your family? Or is it what's going to get you to the wild? Or are you just going to drive it like any other vehicle, a daily driver? Do you have any special plans for it? We have tons of plans for, plans with ours whenever we get it. So, what do you think? Oh, and by the way, I got the same base 4-door with Sasquatch. Michael said Sasquatch and grill. Good deal. So the base, that's what I was telling you. Maybe we ought to switch the Wild Track to the base, because with a base, you can start with Sasquatch 2.7 and you can build that to whatever,
Right.
really whatever you want. And it's going to be cool to have, sway bar disconnect on the Badlands, but you can save a ton of money by going with a soft top base 2.7, and then you can make it uniquely yours, and you don't feel bad that you paid a big price for it and then you're taking off some of those features.
Mhm.
And if you don't want all of the the creature comforts and things like that. You don't you don't. I mean, you're not wasting the money, right? You have the stuff you're not going to use. So, hey, Gavin, I want you to tell everyone about our experience in Townsend, Tennessee, and hopefully we're going to have our. I mean, we've got to have our Bronco by next Super Show.
When is the next Super
Well,
Show?
I mean, I don't know exactly the day, but in the spring, next spring.
Let's hope so.
I mean, good grief, what is it? Where
It's
are we in
waiting
August?
for Christmas.
Yeah. Jeez, man, I just want to
Every
get it.
day. Check the inbox.
And I appreciate you guys comment. If you and there again, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon so you can see when we go live. And hey, come here, buddy. And so whenever we go live, yeah, let's not worry about the cat. I want to hear about Tennessee. Come here.
Okay.
What was your biggest takeaway? Sorry, folks, this is like welcome to live, right? Come here. What was your biggest takeaway in Tennessee? What does that mean? You know what that means.
No.
Like, what was most memorable to you?
What did you like? So when we were riding in the base 2.7 with Kyle off road, when we were going through the trails, what did you think?
That was pretty fun.
Stand right here so you can see you.
Yeah.
There you go, bud.
Hello.
So were you scared? Did it
Uh,
get your heart rate going?
for a couple minutes, yeah.
So we were hitting some pretty big bumps and we were going fast. And the one thing about it came out, it probably sounds goofy in the video, but it came out, it was like a magic carpet ride through the mountains. Like you were going across a lot of small bumps, but you didn't feel the small ones. You did feel the big ones, but it was the smoothest rising thing. Now, look, there's going to be some stuff about the Bronco that I don't like. I'm sure there will. But so far, everything that I have been able to enjoy, whether it's a ride along or driving at the Bronco off rodeo in Texas, it was incredible. I mean, I just love it. So it basically fits my idea of an off-road vehicle, right? Versus Becky's Range Rover is let's see, the refrigerated cooler in the armrest.
Yeah, has a cooler.
The air ride suspension, supercharged 5 liter. Of course, heat and cool seats, no big deal. What else do you have? The entire roof is glass, sort of like my F-250, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've summed it up.
I think my
It's just a nice
F-250
ride.
though has most of the features that you have.
Actually, that truck is more of a workhorse than my car because he has the laptop plug, the connection, so you can physically work easier
Yeah, Michael, I
out of
agree.
your car, which I would really love for Range Rover to do that because I oftentimes carry my laptop to do work when I'm waiting
Right.
on the kids and stuff, and I sit in the car a lot.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Michael commented, "It's all you need." So I think referring to the base. The base is such that it's that great canvas to start from, and you build from there.
Right.
I don't know. I just wanted the Badlands. It had everything that I thought I would ever need. I don't need the Lux interior, but why not? I get the V&O sound system, 12-inch screen, and you can get that in high package, but I think you can high package. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can, because that's what I originally ordered, high package with a 360.
Yeah, then later changed it.
Yeah, do I need all the electronics? Probably not, but I think it's cool. I will tell you this. So in Texas, I realized very quickly that unless you have a spotter, and you probably should always have someone with you in a spotter when you go off-roading, especially doing rock crawling, excuse me. The one thing, if you go up to the apex of a hill and you can't see on the other side, I mean, literally, how many videos did I post where I was looking at sky most of the time? I'm actually editing a video and I actually say that in there. Texas, when you're in a Bronco in Texas, you're looking at the sky half the time because you're either going up a hill or down a hill. Having that front camera is incredibly important to me. However, and there's a caveat with that. The caveat is if you do the winch like I'm going to do, it's going to potentially block the view of the camera. It's going to block the view of the camera if you use certain bull bars in the front, brush guards in the front. It's going to block the view of the camera as well. So anyway,
that's a good point, Michael, about adding just adding parts as you want as you go.
Yeah, and I will tell you, Michael. So we obviously I'm ordering the Badlands, and that's the part with me. The price. I felt like I still feel like probably I'm spending too much money for what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to have it wrapped. They put the film on the paint, and not just in the front either, the entire vehicle, because I just can't bring it to myself to run it through the woods and get the doors scratched up on it. I mean, there again, I know that sounds like, it's not going to go off-roading. And you're laughing already. It will not be a pavement princess. But
sorry,
seriously,
it's an inside joke.
so like if I run a tree over by accident, then that's whatever. But just your basic small scratches because you drove down one trail is not something that I'm, really particularly care about, right? So if I want to go off-roading on the weekend, I don't want to look like a workhorse, that week, being that I paid $60,000 for it.
Well, you want to protect your investment too.
Yeah. So
let's keep it for a while.
Yeah. Even if I paid $15,000 less for it, I don't care. I want to keep it looking as good as possible. And with paint, protected film, out there and some of the good stuff, why not? So, I don't know.
You have to love your vehicle.
You got, what?
You got to take care of it.
But it's not going to
have fun, but still take care of it.
But I'm not going to lose sleep at night if we go out off-roading and we put a scratch in it. Oh, well, it is what it is, right? That's what it is. Mm-hmm. It'll be sort of that story behind it, right? Whenever you see that big scratch or whatever.
This scratch came from such and such hill or that big branch that fell on us.
Hey, good night. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channels. We have some cool stuff. Like I said, Sunday, I think we're going to do some different stuff. We have a lot of noise in the background over here, so I know this mic's picking it up like crazy. I don't know what Gavin's doing, but
he's cat wrangling.
He's cat wrangling, and our cat is definitely an extension of our family. It's like I don't know. She's like my. Did you get her?
Yeah, right. It was hard. I had to go through a couple boxes. She was all the way in my back.
Yeah. So wrapping it up, Gavin. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're getting ready to finish up for tonight. What are we going to do the first weekend we get our Bronco?
Camp in the backyard.
Camp in the backyard. We said that 3 months ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go to Virginia. Well, yeah, we just pop in the tent then, because if we go to a soft top, we won't be sleeping on the Yakima roof mounted.
That's true.
So
that's true.
But
that's the one downside.
I'll tell you right now. So today, how many Jeeps did we see with the top off and the doors off today?
3.
Hey, say hi.
Hi.
Michael, say hi. So, Mr. Gavin here,
buddy.
my normal co-host.
I'm sorry.
We're joking. He's my little buddy, my mini. Well, you're not mini me because you're your own person, but you're my buddy, my best friend.
Oh, what's this?
You and the cat. What is what?
I got a hang down right there.
Gavin needs a haircut, by the way.
Yes, Mom.
Yeah. Well, here you go.
He's perfect online.
Sorry.
So Gavin is. I wish he could have Wish he could have went to Texas with us, but he's got to be 12 years or older.
I know. He was so bummed about
But
that.
I am glad my daughter Alexa got to go. She got to experience it, and she really had a good time. I think. It kind of scared me. If you watch one of the videos, we got a Bronco on 2 wheels, by the way. Yeah. And the video is titled Breaking Bronco. So if you go through our playlist here and watch it, right around the 2-minute mark, we're making a hard right-hand turn. And if you look at the trees and then watch the dash of the Bronco, it's clear we were off the ground probably a foot. And what scared me was she loved it. Like she was like, "Can we do that again?" So we're like, "Oh man!"
She's 14, almost 15, and she'll be driving soon. So
like scared. But what's fun about it is I know that she's going to go off-roading with us, and that's going to be fun, isn't it? Yeah, because, and then Gavin and I guess we'll do we have our Badlands by Supercell East. We'll do that. It depends on if there's any travel restriction or anything crazy, but we're going to be at Supercell West here next month. I guess it's next month now.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's next month, man.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
I told you get to go out there.
So
you get to go out there and freeze because it's going to be cold. I think it snowed last year. when they
Really?
had it.
Yeah, it
Wow.
did. Remember
Yeah.
we watched that video?
The video with the guys. What was the name of their channel or that Bronco? Yeah. So basically, he had an old Bronco, and they loaded a Bronco. They were pulling it with a excursion.
What's that?
Like a big
an
expedition.
yeah, like an expedition.
It's
Then
They don't
then
make them anymore.
then they had a trailer, and that was the one where the roof came off the trailer.
Oh.
They just lost the
Oh,
tin off the
that
roof.
one. I forgot what. Yeah, I forgot what channel that was.
Well, hello, Houston, here, Eastern Virginia. So let me tell you, we landed in where did we go? Austin, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, landed in is it Austin?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Austin. Then you flew to
And then we drove down to Horseshoe Bay, but we stayed in Granite Falls. That is a great place down there. What struck me about Texas was, at least where we were, yeah, people down there were just so nice. Holding doors for you. I mean, one guy I said on a video with Alexa he came in the restaurant. He actually turned around, opened the door for us so we could walk out. And I'm like, man, this is like I could live down here. So the one big thing about Texas is how nice everyone were. I think I told you that the first night. I was like, man, people down here are just cool. And so, yeah, I can't wait to go back, do some stuff in Texas. But as far as Bronco off rodeo, if they open it up, I'm sure they will. But if they open up to someone that's already been,
3 hours.
yeah,
away.
3 hours away, so a little bit of a trip. So if they open up the other off rodeos, I intend on going to all of them. There's Nevada's one that I you know it's starting to grow on me a little bit more. I really want to do it. New Hampshire is close. I can actually drive a long drive to New Hampshire,
Mhm.
sort of like Tennessee when we went to Townsend.
No,
A few more
I
hours.
don't feel like driving.
You don't feel like
I think it's about 14 hours.
Well, unfortunately, you can't go because you're not 12.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
yeah,
a bummer.
But I can go to that one. But then getting on a plane and headed out west, then I don't know. It's in a perfect world. Maybe I could do, if I could schedule it, do 2 in a week out there, Moab, and you're not liking
In a
this, are you?
perfect world.
In a perfect world. My wife, the accountant, needs to come off the cash so I can go. Come on, man.
Oh man.
Come on,
Had to
man.
throw that out there, didn't
Yeah,
you?
throw it out there. But yeah, so we're just goofing off here on Friday night. We have our extreme. I had somebody ask me today, hey, I'm just curious, how did you name it Extreme Bronco? Well, like they're expecting this Bronco jacked up, chrome everywhere, real loud, and it's just a play on words. As a builder for Extreme Makeover Home Edition, I figured, what the heck, that came on Sunday night. So let's do the live stream Sunday night, and let's call it Extreme Bronco. Why not, right? It's a good title in that. I figured I have to kind of get more than 15 minutes of fame out of this show.
Yeah.
Because I was not a talent on the show. I was an independent builder that participated in 2 builds. There you go. So to be exact, because I don't want anybody to think, wow, what do you call it? What's the word for I forget.
A TV personality?
No. For making more out of something than it actually is.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Exaggerating it, but
I was trying to pick a fancy, drama queen. I'm trying not to be a drama king, whatever. But anyway, seriously, so I figured, what the heck, let's name it that. And so we're going to try to grow that into a little bit more content, a little bit longer. But we've got to start earlier because little man here has to go to bed because of, guess what? School coming up.
Yeah.
This summer break is coming to an end. So,
I wanted to.
but anyway, so if anybody has any questions, we're getting ready to wrap this up for tonight. What the heck, nice, 45 minutes or whatever it is. Yeah, 43 minutes. Time flies. You're having fun, right?
Okay.
Standing up on 2 chairs.
But I can't wait to show you all this cool stuff we're going to do. And I'll tell you what we're probably going to do. We're probably going to start with the Range Rover and even taking my F-250 out.
Really?
And going some places. Well, I don't mean in the woods with that. Don't get your hopes up. It's still going to stay on the pavement.
Dang it.
But start to do some of the stuff that we had originally intended to do right now with our new Bronco. So what pains me, and I'm seeing it done on other channels. I'm like, but I'm trying to do that. So anyway, we're just going to start doing it, and it might not be in a Bronco. Who knows if we find a really cool older Bronco, which we had a line on too. I think I mentioned here before. We had two Broncos we were looking at. They were 90s models, and we decided not to buy them because extensive rust. And when I mean, I'm not talking quarter panels and fenders. I mean bodies coming away,
well, one
flopping
was
on the
open.
frame.
The windows were left open for years.
Like the body is no longer part of the frame rusted, right? And that's not. I can't do that.
Yeah. That's
Actually,
a little more of a project.
it
than we
would
want to
make
tackle
it
right
would
now.
make for a good video if let's see, make sure the seat was bolted to the frame and not the floor pan. And maybe you could jump some stuff, and if the body falls off while you're jumping it, who cares?
Yeah. As
It's
I
just
think
a
that-
body.
yeah.
It's just an auto body. Who cares? Right?
So this Bronco's been sitting for years, or one of the two, and they had the windows open on it. So, gee, guess what? It's not a boat, so it's getting rained in. It's going to rust and come apart. So,
And one kind of had a famous look-alike.
Oh.
all right, Michael, thank you.
OJ's Bronco.
And hey, likewise on the base, like I said,
We
there's
don't
part of me
speak
that
of
wish maybe do the base and build it from there. I don't know. I think, the grass is always greener. So, but congratulations, your Bronco too. And hey, let me know. Make sure you comment on one of our videos whenever you get it. You can also look us up on Instagram, Bronco Wild Outdoors over on Instagram. We're there as well, and always posting videos, some cool stuff. And so, yeah, but that's it.
Thanks.
Hello. Well, welcome, Becky, officially.
Thank
You're,
you. Thank you very much.
You're the newest.
I guess you might be seeing me a little more frequently.
Hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah. I mean,
I'll always have something to add.
yeah, so in your Range Rover, in
You
the
say
mud.
it like it's a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. I'm actually.
I love my car.
So.
It's the first car that I've ever had that I actually love.
So, and that's a good thing. So I wanted a Range Rover for years and years. And it wasn't something that I could afford, right? And so then as life evolved and I could afford one, we got one.
Well, and the funny thing was,
and guess who took it over?
Well, he comes to me and he says, you know what? I found this deal on this great Range Rover.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to buy it. And I said, what? Why do you need that? Why? Why are you doing that? So we went and we bought it. And then he drove it. And I was kind of jealous when he drove it home and I was in the other car following him like, dang, I kind of like that car. And I liked it when we test drove it. But anyways, we got home and then I slowly took it.
Yeah. See, that's how it works. It's
yeah.
Hey, I'm going to use it today.
It was a slow grab.
I'm going to use it tomorrow. It was a slow grab, but it was a grab nonetheless.
So we took it in for service one day. And for an oil change, and then lo and behold, they had Stella shining like a bright light in the showroom.
Yep. And then she cranked it up.
Oh my god!
And it rumbles. I had a 07 Shelby GT500, and it's remarkable how close or how much alike they sound like.
It's very.
So I mean, they just, when it cranked it up, I was like, oh no, we're in trouble.
So we did it.
Yeah. So, and she loves it. It's great. I think it's time we go bury it in the sand, the mud, maybe get it on two wheels.
I think it would handle really well,
no,
actually.
Well,
that thing,
yeah.
Look, let me just say this one thing. Okay, so I know this channel isn't about being a Range Rover spokeswoman, but.
Or WeatherTech, which she loves.
Yeah, WeatherTech is amazing. So when you take an off-ramp, though, in a corner, the way the air suspension just adjusts to the road, you barely have to slow down.
Yeah, so it's sort of like self-leveling.
So sweet.
I think there's a fancier word for it, but it levels the vehicle out.
But it's really cool.
It
handles well.
It's the only thing I've ever driven. What do you think?
Air level.
Yep.
Well, yeah, but
so it's the only vehicle I've ever driven that the headlights turn with the steering wheel. Like one night One night I'm turning the corner. I'm like,
yeah, he told me that.
I think the headlights just turn. Oh man, it's late. Something's wrong. Well, no, the next turn I paid attention and I had no idea. I mean, that's another thing like the Bronco. When you get the Bronco, there's going to be so many different features. Let me say this. In Texas, the thing, you sit in the Bronco, you're trying to listen to the instructions, you put your GoPro on the dash, you're getting your video, you get everything set up the way you need it. And then you sit in here and realize there's more buttons here than I've actually learned about, right? There's more there. It depends on the trim level you're in. If you're in a Badlands, then you're getting sway bar disconnect. You're getting front and rear locker, trail turn assist. Of course, no big deal, but you have the traction control button that you can take traction control off. And then you have the 7 goat modes. So the Badlands there's a lot going on there. And we always hear, and I've said this before, Gavin, a couple videos, didn't we, where you have the 7 available goat modes. But what I thought was interesting, how you can actually customize each goat mode to a point by using the hero switches, right? So there's certain modes that it's going to disconnect the sway bar, but then you can reconnect it even though that mode originally calls for it to be disconnected. So when I was on a wash, we didn't have a lot of rocks we were going over. I mean, we had a lot of rocks, let me say, but big rocks that we were going over. So the articulation in the suspension, I really didn't need all of that. And I wanted not security, but for me, being a newbie off-roading, I wanted the tightness, right, of the suspension. So I connected it again. But I'm still in that mode to where the computer's helping you to determine which wheel gets, the I guess the power, so to speak. And one of the things you worry about the front and rear locker, if you think about it, a 4-wheel drive, most of the time, it's really 2 wheels, one in the front, one in the rear. So if you get this position just right off-road, then the tires that have the least amount of resistance will start to turn, and the ones bound up won't. Well, the difference was when we were climbing up kind of a mossy rock ledge, the first handful of Broncos went up relatively easy. Well, we went through a wash on the way up. Well, then they carried water with them, so it made it really soupy for us. So I started to go up without the lockers engaged, and there was a little bit of slipping going on, sliding to one side. I hit the front locker, and it was night and day, just went right up. And of course, the other thing that I've talked about several times on here with the Bronco, and this is anything, I don't care if you have a Jeep, Range Rover, whatever, is equipment management. If you don't need the lockers, don't run around with the lockers engaged, right? They're for when you need it. Even though you're in the dirt, you're off-road, you don't need the locker, so disengage them. But so I engaged going up this rocky climb, and it seems like common sense until you read somebody breaking axles and everything else, and there's a strong likelihood that maybe we were trying the lockers on asphalt, and that's not the cool thing to do. So
don't overuse your lockers.
Yeah, exactly. Just
Moral of the story.
Yeah, just basically use the technology, use the equipment when and where it needs to be used. And so I learned a ton of stuff from Bronco Off Rodeo, and I can tell you that I'm used to driving Mustangs pretty fast. I respect speed. I respect the handling of the car. I respect gravity and, stuff like walls and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But, in the Bronco now, I respect the vehicle so much more, being able to drive it off-road. And I'm telling you right now, if you've ridden around in a parking lot in one, that's cool. And like when we did our Big Bend review, we're riding on the road. So that's where we're going to spend most of our time. You want to know how it feels, how it drives, how the AC works, which we did a video on, which is incredible, by the way. But man, when you're off road, you really get the sense of what this machine is, and you really get familiar with everything.
Well, you're using it for what it's worth,
yeah,
for what it's intended
built for.
Uses. Yeah.
So, and trail turn assist is not that gadget. There was a perfect case scenario. If you look at the base Bronco video here on my page on our channel, there was someone made a comment. Well, all you have to do is stop and make a multi-point turn. You don't need trail turn assist. Well, if you watch that video, I'm looking out the passenger's window down probably 150 feet, down a pretty steep embankment, which is only a few feet away. And then we had an embankment to our left, and then the road was about 170 degree to the left. So there was, yeah, sure, you could do a multi-point turn, but who wants to back up next to that 100-foot plus, drop off? Not me. Hit trail turn assist, turn the wheel to the left and hit the gas, and it spun the Bronco. That video is right here on my page. So you'll clearly see where trail turn assist becomes a real feature, right?
And even for myself, not knowing the lingo or ever off-roading, it was cool.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just, it
was really cool because I would have been scared of backing off and going over the hill.
Yeah, it's a cool feature, right? But that exact, and that's why they built the trails that way. That exact feature is why that they added the trail turn assist. Because man, I mean, and when you see it in a desert, it's cool seeing it go around in circles or little tight circles or in the sand. But that was the perfect real world case. Why would you need trail turn
Yeah.
assist?
But the world according to Becky, that could also come in handy in like some tight parking situations.
Gavin, just everybody like and subscribe.
Oh, you forgot the D on and.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, you got it, Gavin. Not bad. Thank you for doing that. Hey, Terrence, how are you? So,
California's a little far.
yeah, no,
I'd like to visit though.
I have 3 Mustangs now. I'm done.
We're Mustanged out.
2010, 91, 66. 2 GTs and 1 pony package. They called it the pony package, I think. That was Haley's
I think
car.
so. Yeah.
And technically, my daughter, that's her car. I mean, it's mine, but she drives it. So
We allow her.
we allow her to drive it. That sounds so mean. We allow her to drive this. But anyway, but yeah, we look forward to, years and years and years of really cool content, going places, doing things. With the Bronco in the backdrop, 2019 GT. That's
I like that body style.
what color is it? Well, I'll tell you right now, Mustang GTs, especially 2017, 18, 19, and 20s, are going for a premium.
I was gonna say you should be able to unload that.
They are going for a
easily,
premium.
and for, like Dwayne said, for a little extra cash there.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people. I know someone talked to him yesterday, or his son. I talked to him yesterday that traded in a pickup truck that he bought last year. He gets a truck like every year, every 2 years. They gave him this year in trade-in value. The money they gave him for it yesterday, and that's down in Florida, is what he paid for it last year. So black, lowered.
Yeah.
That's well, our 2010's black with white stripes, pony stripes on the side. So but the Bronco, and I'll tell you something else. I've seen some of the decals being added to the Broncos. There was the Area 51 where the guy added the white retro stripes down the side. It looked really good.
Yeah. And which one were we looking at? Was it yesterday that you were showing me? Was it the orange stripe?
Yeah, so it was someone has a.
It looked sweet though.
Black, well, and it was just a concept. So they've ordered a black 4-door Bronco, and they've got these retro multicolored, like burnt orange and a brighter or like pumpkin orange.
But it kind of matched isn't it the Badlands?
One of the colored orange, I think I couldn't tell from the rendering. Like I said, it was a computer aided rendering. Now, hopefully one of the oranges would match that. That way you don't have the 3. You don't have the badge and then the 2 stripes, but it looked really good. It did look very 70s, not in a bad way. I mean, it's kind of really cool. So I'm thinking definitely on our Area 51 Badlands. Yeah,
that's good, Terrence.
Yeah, you can unload that in a hurry right now.
Yeah, and especially you have virtually no depreciation on that vehicle.
By the way,
that's amazing.
Speaking, nothing to do with Mustangs and all that, but it goes to, we have this chip shortage and commodity issues and every other thing that we hear on a daily basis. The train car that derailed.
Yeah, I hope ours wasn't on that.
And destroyed, like, I don't know how many.
16 Mustangs? I mean, Mustang.
No. So I found out.
Broncos.
I found out today. There's, how people get things going in a hurry. I found out at least what I was able to confirm: F-150s and I think some vans. I thought they
were Broncos.
That was what was first reported. There was 13, supposedly 13 Broncos on there. I haven't been able to confirm it, but I do know a lot of F-150s went. I'm still trying to get the lowdown. Were there Broncos or were they not on there?
Even with that, all those poor people that are waiting for vehicles, the lots are bare right now.
Think about a dealer, right?
Yeah, they're just waiting.
And so now they're out here trying to, scramble and find something. And, and then on top of that, if, we hadn't had such I guess a go around with the tops, then anyway, it is what it is. And I'm just glad Ford's building the Bronco, and I'm glad I'm able to buy one, or in this future two, but right now one. And I just can't wait to get out there and enjoy the wild. Ford's marketing says there's plenty of wild left or wild out there, and that's a fact. Is it's just we can go there in the Range Rover pickup truck. We can go there in a Pinto. The thing is, it's well, you can't go off roading it. But by the way, should I tell my story about my Pinto in the '80s? That not my Pinto, but what I did with one.
Why
Um,
not?
yeah, so
Good entertainment.
so I'm an old guy now, way back in the
Now we
day.
might be losing people because it's been so long.
Oh no, well, the good thing about long lives is new people tune in and other people tune out, and then later you watch it. But yeah, we're getting ready to go. I promise we're getting ready to go.
Sorry.
So in 1987, I think it was, I had an F-150. We were off road. There was an old abandoned Pinto that had been gutted. It was on its roof, and so someone said, "Hey, who has a tow strap? Let's see how fast we can pull it through the woods." So I don't know how fast I made it, but it was
It's
probably
one of those younger day really cool ideas back then.
and it looks real dumb right now when I look
Yeah,
back on it.
because when you think about it, I'm like, really?
But anyway,
You
what
did that?
I started to say about
Sorry.
you could go there and do a lot of things in any vehicle, right? I think that sometimes we put more enjoyment when it's a fun vehicle, like a Mustang, right? A Bronco, any number of things, any number of vehicles out there. Your Range Rover, for example. I mean, it's a fun car to drive. It's smooth on the road, so you don't get as tired. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but on a long trip, you have a vehicle bouncing around a lot, and the tires are out of balance. I mean, that kind of wears you a little bit. So the smoother the ride,
Well, and the more you like it, the more inclined you are to take road trips.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Because you put me in something that I don't want to drive, I'm
You
oh
just
gosh,
want to hurry up
to
and
drive
get out of
how
it.
many hours? But now I'm like, give me
Yeah.
some good music, and I'm good.
So, and I can't wait whenever we do get our Bronco with the B&O and we drop the top on it, how well how good it's going to sound. Because I've seen where, believe it or not, somebody went with a mid package or and they're saying, hey, well, we're going to put a sound system in it aftermarket, and they're getting some ridiculous prices. One person, there again, this is just it, one person's story, but they were quoted like $4,500 for what they wanted. And yeah, I'm thinking, what are you getting? I
Buy
mean,
a lot with $4,500.
that's a lot, but it's a new vehicle. It's huh?
Trying to contact mom.
Hey,
Oh
Terrence, you said I watched you on your show. Which show was it? I'm just curious.
yeah. Was it my?
The YouTube
Yeah, I don't
channel?
know. Or was it this show?
Extreme Makeover Home Edition? I'm just curious.
Little buddy. But yeah, it's fun. I just think the vehicle, right? Part of your trip and part of what you do is the vehicle that you drive. I mean, it's why I guess more so Americans than anybody.
Oh yes.
Cool. So we put a lot of emphasis in what we drive, right? And I think a lot of I don't know. Think about a lot of European cars. The European cars too. There's just most of them. Well, I say most of them now, but you think of like Aston Martin, for example, right? Fast car, looks good,
Mhm.
high quality. I mean, there's a lot. You can get into that and go cruising on a Sunday and feel real good about the cruise when you come home.
Mhm.
Versus if you do it in a vehicle that bangs you around and rough and it doesn't have that kind of power and it's not fun to drive. So I think when something's fun to drive, and I'll tell you the Bronco, to me, fits. The cockpit is laid out, I think, brilliantly. The steering wheel, the grip of it, the right diameter, as far as the grip, the diameter of the entire steering wheel, it just fits, right? And you do have that little cockpit. I say little compared to my 250, but the shorter view out of the windshield. It just feels like an off-road vehicle.
I think it'd be fun to drive.
Yeah.
I
So-
haven't driven it personally yet, but
You rode,
I rode in
you
it,
rode
but
the
I
passenger.
didn't drive it. But I think it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, so you know, it's cool stuff. But hey, we're out of here. We've been going for an hour and 4 minutes.
Oh my
We broke
gosh.
our record. Imagine that.
No, we gotta take it to an hour 5 to break it.
Got to go to hour
Oh.
5. Okay, well, we have 5 seconds to go.
Do you have any input,
Ooh.
Gavin?
What?
Do you have any input?
Hey, come here and say bye before we go.
Yeah.
And I promise we're going now.
Yeah.
That's what you said last time.
Say goodbye. And you know, by the way, they say outros have to be short. When we're coming up with an intro and an outro to our show, but they have to be very short because you know you're watching for the content, either entertainment, knowledge, or education. You know, to learn something that you didn't know or to laugh. So hopefully, well, there's going to be plenty of laughing. I can guarantee there's going to be plenty of laughing, and hopefully, I get to figure out new Bronco content because hey, kind of. We've learned a lot, right? We at the Supercell, we were able to bring a ton of new information back. Now that the Broncos are starting to hit and someone owns a Bronco, it's a little bit different perspective than, say, me driving one in Texas. However, I can tell you, even if you've received your Bronco, if you haven't been up a rocky, like the Notch, for example, that's that hill that I went up in Texas and went down. There's a video on here, Bronco on the Rocks. That was a new experience. So when you're going down a hill and you're hitting the brakes and you feel the back trying to come up on, and it feels like
I'd
it's
be a little
coming off the
nervous about
ground,
that.
like I'm a newbie to off-roading. Let me tell you, some people that do it all the time, hey, it's another day of driving their off-road vehicle, but yeah, for me it was new. So anyway, all right, everyone, thank you for tuning in
Thanks.
tonight. Oh, you're right.
Nice to meet everyone.
Come here, bud, and you tell them the drill.
Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you get notified when another video or live stream comes out.
Good job, buddy.
All
And
right.
make sure to go subscribe to my channel, Gavin's Toy Garage.
Yep, there you go. Gavin's Toy Garage. There's a few Bronco videos on there as well. Gavin went running around Tennessee with his camera, and man, it's fun.
Yeah.
All right.
It was good.
All
Good
See ya.
night, everyone.
All
See
right.
you.
Bye.